everyone. Welcome to Kyle is Famous.
Welcome back to Kyle is Famous.
Welcome back
Today
to
we're going
Kyle
to get
is
started.
Famous. Okay.
Kyle woke.
Then we're going to skip. And then we're going to change jobs.
Okay.
Kyle thought very carefully about the first move of his day.
There we
Kyle
go.
laid in bed for a moment,
Skip.
thinking about the day. Kyle had become a hot dog vendor.
Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah.
must now prepare for his first day running a hot dog.
Cool. Hot dog. What should he do? Open that closet, man.
Choose an outfit.
Choose an
Kyle
outfit.
decided to take some time to choose the perfect outfit, knowing how important appearance is.
Obviously, his hot dog suit is the only thing he can truly wear.
Okay.
Kyle put on his hot dog suit, which he had made by stitching hot dogs together when he was a child.
You want to chew on it?
No, let's save it for someone else to do later.
Okay.
To the desk.
To the desk. Search for hot dog.
Okay.
Kyle searched through his desk to find more hot dogs that he could sell. But Kyle had moved his hot dog stash somewhere else. He shut the desk drawers empty-handed.
Okay.
Back to room.
Back to room. Scavenge for hot dog?
Exit to hallway.
Okay. Alright.
Try the kitchen.
Oh, hot dogs in the kitchen, of course. Fridge?
Yeah.
Kyle opened the fridge, intending to find something to eat.
I like how it's like, alright, you get two options. Hot dog or fridge. You don't get to just eat breakfast.
No.
Search for hot dog.
Kyle searched through the fridge, trying to find hot dogs.
Uh-huh.
His search turned up nothing.
Boo.
Kyle was not surprised, as he never stored meat in his refrigerator.
Probably should, buddy.
Alright.
Kyle opened the fridge, intending to find something to eat.
Oh, you can eat it.
Yeah, that's the only thing available to you for
Back to
consumption.
kitchen. Head upstairs.
Alright, to...
Stairs? Upstairs.
What's up?
The bedroom is upstairs.
Okay. Scavenge?
No. Over to that desk.
Okay.
Open desk.
Alright.
Get
Key?
key. Yeah.
Kyle
I'm back. And back.
Sleep.
And go to kitchen. And check pantry.
Kyle wanted to act.
Unlock.
The pantry door lock creaked as if it hadn't moved for years, but eventually opened.
Look.
Instead of an assortment of canned goods and grains, Kyle's pantry stored his massive amount of bottled lard.
And also, I guess, hot dogs.
Get him.
Kyle searched around the pantry for a selection of hot dogs. After a few minutes of searching, Kyle found several stashes of old hot dogs loose and in paper bags.
Good. Good,
Yay.
I'm glad.
My
He
favorite.
gathered them together and saw that he had a serviceable amount of hot dogs.
Cool.
Yay.
What does it say? We have hot dog. Alright. We have our hot dog vest and we have hot dogs. We're ready to go.
Okay.
Kyle made his way to the street corner. After a long day of preparation, Kyle felt very ready for his first outing as a hot dog salesman.
How did you
Yeah.
get the... How did you get it?
Get a what?
Kyle started to unpack his things onto the corner of the street.
The stand. How did he get the stand?
Does it have a stand?
I don't know. Is he just like shadily on the street corner being like, hey, you want to buy a hot dog?
Uh-huh.
It's fantastic. I'm happy for him.
As he unpacked, Kyle realized he had never gotten a food cart to make his hot dogs in.
Oh.
D0NK7.
Oh.
Welcome to our
Let's
channel.
just- More.
Kyle had no choice but to place his hot dogs on the ground.
Would you care for my wares? Hot dogs on asphalt.
Looking at the
Yummy.
hot dogs strewn across the sidewalk, Kyle
Is that how you
realized
pronounce that?
he had found a golden opportunity.
I thought it was strewn.
It is students this.
Oh, then why'd you say strewn, narrator? How dare you? You're doing
I found the golden opportunity.
He was doing a wonderful job, but now that ruined everything about the game.
Kyle began to roll his hot dogs around in the dirt, pressing firmly so it would be embedded into the food.
Yummy.
Dirt dogs.
After a while, his back became sore from bending over. Kyle continued with the bottom of his shoe. Soon, all of the hot dogs had been sufficiently seasoned.
Yummy seasoning.
Kyle swept his hot dogs into a pile and sat on the concrete next to them.
Yay.
It was a warm day, and lots of people were walking by. It wouldn't be long before someone came over to buy a hot dog.
Why are you
Oh,
constantly
Zebra.
moving the pen away from the more
Welcome
button?
to our
I
channel.
don't know.
And in a couple minutes, as expected, a figure stepped over and stood in front of Kyle.
Hello, customer.
Kyle? Said
Oh, hey, Gabby.
What are you doing?
Selling hot dogs?
Gabby, today I'm fulfilling my hot dog dream, said Kyle. This is my hot dog stand. Kyle, Gabby searched for a way to tell Kyle gently that he was not about to sell any hot dogs. And then, in a moment of pure compassion and grace, Gabby decided to be Kyle's first customer.
Yay!
Yay.
Kyle, I want to help inspire you, said Gabby. How much is a single hot dog?
$10,000.
Kyle wordlessly grabbed a hot dog from his pile, jumped to his feet, and shoved it into Gabby's mouth hole.
Oh. Oh, no.
Gabby realized
What?
that the hot dogs were delicious.
Whoa.
My goodness.
Driven by pure empathy, Gabby began to grab passersby on the street and force-feed them Kyle's hot dogs.
Yeah?
One by one, the citizens of Kyle's city became embarrassingly obsessed with his hot dogs.
And they all got sick and died.
As Kyle's pile of hot dogs ran out, the demand for his wares increased.
Yeah?
Kyle's hot dogs became a valuable form of currency. They were bought and sold on the international stock market. Men and women were made rich from investing in Kyle's hot dogs. Kyle's
like
hot
this.
dogs were all quickly snatched by investors. Having nothing left, Kyle decided to go home. As he entered his apartment, Kyle stopped. Today, he had turned over a new leaf.
Yeah.
Today, he had followed his dream.
Good for you, Kyle.
Kyle had helped the economy, yes, but he had also grown as a person.
You sure did, buddy.
He sure
Kyle
did.
was content.
I'm so happy for him. Kyle is content.
You
Kyle
did it,
forgot
sis.
to bring the hot dog stand.
It's the best thing that could ever happen to him.
Honestly. Alright.
Reset.
Reset. Change jobs.
Kyle thought-
Become salesman.
Kyle laid in-
Skip.
Kyle.
Start.
You can't be a ghost when you're a salesman.
No. You gotta be alive to sell hot dogs. Okay. Well, grab the hot dogs in the pantry.
We already did that one. Let's try a different one. Say it
Okay.
next. Check in desk drawer.
Okay.
Sorted change.
Alright.
Kyle scooped up the change scattered around the desk drawer.
Now get the key.
Yeah, okay.
Kyle grabbed the small key.
Okay, now we go.
Back to, and then go get
00
the
Rianette. Welcome to our channel.
pantry.
Yeah.
Kyle wanted to
get
act.
some hot dogs.
The pantry. Instead of an assortment of. Kyle.
Good. Good.
Hey.
Good.
Alright, and then
Return to the hallway.
go leave the apartment.
Yeah.
Alright, which one?
Tech store.
Alrighty. Kyle walked into the clean white tech store. He was greeted by Techno Jim, an elaborate cutout mascot playing soft music from a small microphone.
Talk about hot dogs.
Excited by his new job as a hot dog salesman, Kyle decided to share his happiness with the store clerk.
Good.
As Kyle opened his mouth to speak, his stomach contracted violently.
Uh-oh. He
Why?
didn't eat anything.
Kyle started spewing out undigested chunks of hot dog and stomach lining.
Oh, wait, no, he did eat that one hot dog,
He did.
I think, as part of the intro.
Yeah.
The hot dog Kyle had eaten earlier had multiplied in his stomach, causing a
Yeah?
massive amount of hot dog pieces to grow inside of him.
That's how it works.
They multiplied. Okay.
Okay.
After a couple minutes of spewing, Kyle stopped. He looked at the attendant.
Kyle really throws up
you know,
a lot.
said Kyle, rolling his eyes and smiling.
No, I don't know, Kyle.
The attendant did not seem to want to respond, so Kyle decided to leave the tech store.
Yay, we did it. Okay.
Okay.
Visit marketing agency.
Hey, marketing agency.
Approach attendant.
Kyle walked over to the attendant and gave her a big smile.
And then he was done with his day.
Purchase marketing.
Kyle walked to the desk and placed his pocket change on the table.
Uh-huh.
How much marketing can I get for this? Asked Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
The attendant looked at his offering. Maybe like a piece of paper on the message board outside? Said the attendant.
Okay.
Kyle wordlessly purchased the flyer and walked out the door.
Marketing. We have obtained marketing.
Alright.
Kyle made his way to the street corner.
Now you gotta fast
But
forward.
there was a problem.
No, there.
In his rush to collect the things he would need to properly be a hot dog salesman, Kyle had forgotten to put on clothes.
No.
Not again.
Kyle decided to continue and hope nobody noticed.
The marketing lady here didn't
Unfortunately,
the tech people.
Many people noticed.
Including the tech people and the marketing. Neither of them cared enough to say anything.
Kyle spent his night in jail for indecent exposure.
Well,
The next day, Kyle was released with a small fine.
that he could not pay for because all he had was change.
He had missed his opportunity to sell hot dogs.
This is the worst ending. He doesn't even get to sell them. Kyle went to jail.
Search again, sis. Reset.
Reset. Okay.
Kyle thought,
Become a hot dog salesman and start the day.
Alright. Open closet.
Yep.
Choose nothing.
Kyle decided to take some
Hot dog suit?
time to choose the perfect
Okay.
outfit. No. Kyle put on his hot dog suit, which he had made by stitching hot dogs together when he was a child.
Chew on suit.
Yummy.
Feeling fairly hungry, Kyle bent over and took a large
Keep
bite
going.
out of
Okay.
it. Wasn't enough.
Alright.
Soon, Kyle had eaten.
He ate.
Kyle felt satisfied.
Oh yeah, now I have more time.
Oh no. Maybe you should have done that later then.
Probably.
Alright. Sit at desk. Second desk drawer.
Yeah.
Change. Key.
Kyle grabbed.
Alright. Back.
Then exit to
Exit.
bed
Yep.
and get the pantry.
Do it.
Okay, pantry.
Kyle wanted to act.
Unlock.
The pantry door lock creaked as if it had
Get hot dogs.
instead of an.
Grab hot dog.
He gathered them to.
Now what?
Return to the hallway. Going outside. We need to find a hot dog stand.
Okay. Does Gabby have it?
View marketing agency.
Okay.
Approach attendant.
Sure.
Kyle walked over to the attendant and gave her a
Purchase.
big smile.
Marketing.
Okay.
Kyle walked to the desk and placed it.
We have obtained marketing.
Visit marketing.
Marketing again.
Rummage and trash.
Alright.
Kyle began rummaging around in the trash can, looking for anything interesting. After picking through wrappers and cups, Kyle noticed there was a red button stuck to the bottom of the can.
Press.
Kyle eagerly pressed the button. The wall above the trash can started shifting and spinning, eventually revealing a slab of pewter with an indent.
Which I think you need the sword for.
The
Maybe
slab
can
was
you
thick
go?
and old. A
What?
plaque was embedded in the top.
can only get it
reading,
by being a
"The
ghost,
slab
sis."
embraces
Oh.
only a true weapon.
Back to agency. Okay, then anything changed this time.
Kyle made his way to the street corner.
Forward.
After a long,
Forward.
Kyle started.
Forward.
As he unpacked, Kyle
Forward.
realized he had never gotten a food cart to make it.
Oops.
Kyle had no choice but to place his hot.
Okay.
I think this
Looking
is
at
the
the
same.
Oh.
Yep. Nothing else matters if you don't have a food cart, I guess. Reset.
No, I'm having
Reset.
fun clicking.
Reset.
Yay! Okay.
Die.
Die.
Kyle decided to stay.
Shucks.
Kyle is.
Open.
I think we're in the wrong one now. Open
Yeah,
closet?
we are.
Yeah, it's time
Yeah.
to interview.
Reset. We need
How
to
do we
do.
get in there?
We haven't checked that door yet.
Oh, you're right.
While
Okay.
we're a hot dog
Kyle
boy.
thought. Kyle laid it.
Let's go check the door.
Boop. Check locked door.
Kyle walked over to the strange
Aha.
door in the hallway, but found quickly
Use
that
hot
the door
dog
was
magic.
locked from the inside.
Use
With a
hot dog
hum and a pop,
magic.
Kyle used his massive knowledge of hot dog magic to change the door handle into a hot dog.
Of course.
Of
Kyle
course.
sucked the hot dog into his mouth, opened the door, and walked through.
Don't like how you said he sucked the hot dog into his mouth.
Why?
Because he was very intense about it. He sucked the hot dog into his mouth. Open the door and walk through. You know?
No.
Okay. Search for hot dog stand.
Check supernatural object.
Okay. This one?
Yeah.
This
Okay.
was one of the many mysterious artifacts Kyle had been sent over the years.
Mine.
Kyle stashed the mysterious artifact for later use.
Okay.
Ooh. Get laser claymore.
Expecting a battle, Kyle grabbed the laser claymore.
Okay.
Alright. Let's go use it, sis.
Alright. We're not searching for hot dog stand?
Not right now.
Okay.
We have a laser claymore. We must use
We
it.
do have a laser claymore. Okay, leave apartment. Visit marketing agency, rummage in
Kyle
trash.
After picking through
Press the button.
the wall of the slab was thick and
Insert
old. A plaque
the
was embedded in the top,
claymore.
reading
Do
the
it.
slab. Kyle inserted the laser claymore into the indent. The claymore fit perfectly, snapping into place. Small metal hooks came out of all sides of the slab to hold it in place. With a pop, fizz, and a magical elf chuckle, a human-sized rainbow gateway to another dimension appeared.
Good.
Whoa.
I'm glad.
The portal started sucking everything near it inwards, devouring chairs, trash cans, and Kyle himself. Kyle
Goodbye.
became part of a dizzying swirl. Lights and colors flashed all around him. He spun in circles rapidly.
Yeah.
And in a moment, Kyle fell into the Gummy Bear and Claymore land, where all matter is either gummy bears or claymores.
It's a very cool world.
Kyle was approached by a group of roaming gummy wasteland elves. Because of the harsh environment they lived in, the elves used their kin as blunt weapons to fend off attackers.
The claymores.
No, they can't.
Kyle
but
looked
they're
upon the elves and
okay.
realized they must live in a depressed and war-torn culture.
Yeah, of course.
And then, in a moment of pure empathy, Kyle decided to help the elves.
With hot dogs?
Kyle grabbed the two nearest elves, one in each hand, and started to give them a talking to about war and its troubles.
I think they know about war and its troubles.
Hello, you two, said Kyle. I wish to give you a bit of advice. But before Kyle could say anything more, the ground started shifting and morphed into a gummy bear monster.
Wow.
Ooh.
Kyle chucked the elves he was holding at the monster to fend it off, but it was to no avail.
He likes to chuck things. And
The monster
people.
charged at Kyle, throwing elves to the sides as it sped forward. Kyle had no choice but to become a gummy bear monster himself.
Of course.
Oh, of
He
course.
started to cover himself in gummy bears and claymores. They stuck to his skin like meaningful, gooey hugs. After moments of a vicious, sticky flurry, Kyle was covered in the new world's material. Then, something wonderful happened. Using a combination of determination, elf magic, and method acting, Kyle truly transformed into a real gummy monster.
And method
Whoa.
acting.
But in his new form, Kyle was now not interested in fighting the other gummy monster.
Oh no,
Oh.
they're teaming up.
Kyle began swallowing every elf in sight in a wild, crazy rampage.
That's good. Good, I'm
Okay.
glad.
Over the next several hours, Kyle rampaged around the whole gummy world, eating every last elf whole. Kyle had gifted the elves with a warm, nutritious new world to live in.
His tummy?
Over time, the elves created a new society inside Kyle's stomach. There was no need for war.
Good. Kyle
did
did good.
They feasted on Kyle's stomach juices. Their culture entered a golden age. Eventually, Kyle turned back into a normal person and returned home. But the elves continued to live inside him.
Yeah.
Kyle had saved a culture.
Good job, Kyle. He helped the elves. Also, we unlocked that he's Santa.
Reset. Change job.
Kyle thought very carefully about the first
Hot
move
dog
of his
salesman.
day.
Computer, why are you being loud?
Hotdog salesman.
Okay.
Kyle laid in bed for
Skip.
caught.
Start. Savage. Savage.
Kyle quickly crouched down on the floor. Kyle started looking. He crawled around, spreading layers of mold to the side
More.
of his hands. Kyle couldn't find
More.
any hot. Kyle pocketed
Oh
the
yeah, the
envelope.
love letters.
Oh yeah. That probably trumps everything else. So we probably have to restart.
Okay.
Change job.
Kyle thought very.
Hotdog
Kyle
salesman.
laid in.
Skip. Start.
Alright.
Sit at desk.
Sitting.
Get. Switch for hot dogs.
Kyle searched through his desk to find more. But Kyle had moved his hot dog stash.
Okay, so that's just a waste of time.
Second desk drawer. Key and change.
Okay.
Kyle grabbed. Kyle.
Okay. Back to room. Exit. Kitchen. Eat the fridge.
Kyle wanted to access the
Oh,
pantry.
this
He
first.
found
Unlock.
the pantry.
Looking
Instead
pantry.
of
Grab hot dog.
after a
Yup.
He-
Open
Pantry.
fridge.
Kyle opened the fridge, intending to find something to eat.
Eat the fridge.
Go back in the pantry. Wait, actually go get your clothes on.
Okay.
Kyle put on his hot, feeling fair. It wasn't enough. Kyle continued. Kyle.
Alright, we have 14 more hours.
Okay.
Now eat the fridge?
Did we grab the cart yet?
No.
Go grab the cart.
Kyle,
Hot dog magic.
with a hum and a. Kyle saw.
Just a
dog
hot dog
stand?
stand. Yeah.
Kyle started looking around for anything he could use to make a hot dog stand.
Yeah.
Kyle rooted around the scattered boxes and loose items. He picked up buckets, pieces of wood, rusty nails, and bits of string.
Good.
Soon, he had enough loose items to be reasonably sure of being able to craft a stand that wouldn't fall over.
Alright.
Alright. Now go
We have
outside.
stand parts. Okay.
Visit the marketing agency. Oh, yeah. Approach attendant.
Kyle walked over
Purchase
to the
marketing.
attendant and gave
Purchase
her a
marketing?
big smile.
Yeah, we're ready.
Kyle
Okay.
walked.
Please.
How much marketing?
There
Alright,
we
we
go.
have marketing. We have stand parts. We ate. We have hot dogs. We have hot dog suit.
Kyle
Okay.
made his way to the street corner. After a long day of preparation, Kyle started to unpack his things onto the corner of the street. Kyle
Yeah.
took out his cart pieces and began to assemble them.
Was he
With a little
successful?
trouble, Kyle was able to finish constructing a serviceable hot dog stand.
Continue. We just did everything good, so we want to see if we can.
Well,
get
we can
inside.
restart from end of day.
Okay, fine. Eat it.
Eat it.
Kyle started to tear chunks out of the stand he had just constructed and shove them into his mouth.
Good.
Within moments, the stand had lost most of its structural stability and collapsed into a pile on the ground.
I'm glad.
Kyle did not stop. He took no enjoyment from eating his hot dog stand, but knew he must continue.
He is compelled.
A small crowd formed around Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle stopped eating. He slowly craned his neck to look at the people circled around him.
Shit hot dogs.
Kyle knew he needed to impress the people gathered around him in order to sell hot dogs. Kyle forced a smile on his face and looked at his nearest to-be customer. Kyle's eyes were blank and without mirth.
Good, good. So he's smiling, but his eyes are empty.
Kyle had chosen to grin at Tyler Rough and Gruff McPherson, which was a mistake.
Okay.
Tyler screamed to the heavens in an unbridled rage, raised both fists into the air, and slammed Kyle's face into the concrete.
Oh
Good.
no!
I'm glad.
Tyler began curb stomping Kyle with alternating feet, screaming endlessly.
No!
Kyle was confused.
Yeah.
No kidding.
I would be too, buddy.
Something was familiar about this situation, like a whisper of a dream coming back after being hidden for many years.
Oh.
Like in the main thing of the game.
Still screaming, Tyler scooped Kyle into his mouth and swallowed him whole.
Oh no!
And that's when Kyle remembered. Kyle was brought back to his time as a child.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
He spent his childhood in the yard finding sticks. He didn't eat. He had no family.
Oh. Tragic
Or
backstory.
did he have a family? Was there a kind mother behind him? A father coming home soon? A brother? A sister?
I don't know.
No, there was not. But there was Tyler.
Oh.
Tyler had started as a bump on Kyle's hand. Kyle had thought it was a bug bite or small irritation.
Yeah?
Over
Okay,
time,
that's that
the
coming.
bump grew in size. Soon, it sprouted teeth.
Uh-huh.
Kyle nurtured the bump by feeding it sticks. It continued to grow and become ever more hungry. But one day, Kyle noticed that the bump had changed. The hungry bump had turned into a large,
BMYK.
hairy, loud man
Welcome
who
to
was
our
also
channel.
hungry. The man burst from Kyle's arm and ran off into the distance, never to be seen again.
Okay.
Not until today. Kyle, now in Tyler's stomach, realized that he would have a hard time selling hot dogs if he could not move on his own.
Yeah, that
This
would...
is getting weird,
Kyle
sis.
stretched out, inserting his
Getting?
arms and feet into the inside of Tyler's limbs.
Of course. What else
Yes.
would you do?
Yes, getting.
Kyle began to move Tyler around, grasping at hot dogs on the table and throwing them toward Kyle's customers. Tyler was annoyed and started swinging his arms wildly and running in circles. Kyle and Tyler fought for control over Tyler's motor functions.
Honestly, so relatable.
Hot dogs were sent flying. Trash cans sprayed along the sidewalk. After many, many hours of fighting, Kyle and Tyler calmed down. They sat down on the sidewalk. Kyle explained his feelings to Tyler. Kyle used Tyler's mouth to respond. As the two talked, they realized their mutual love of business, sociology, politics. Kyle and Tyler decided to go into business together.
Good for them.
The next day was the start of a hot dog empire.
I never
Kyle
know
and
what the
Tyler,
story's
working
gonna
as
do.
a single unit, became the foremost hot dog salespeople in the nation. Their success knew no bounds. Within months, Kyle had blasted past the popularity of his old talk show.
Oh yeah, there was a talk show.
Kyle and Tyler remained good friends and were never seen apart from each other.
It's because Kyle is inside of Tyler's body.
Mostly because Kyle never managed to crawl his way back to the real world.
He met Tyler.
We said the day end.
Okay.
Kyle,
Eat the hot dog stand.
with a little trouble, Kyle was able.
Eat. This time,
Kyle stopped
you
eating.
can
Instruct
just hot dog
it.
stand.
Wordlessly, Kyle reached into his mouth and down his throat. Keeping eye contact with the crowd, he grabbed the topmost chunk of stand and drew it upwards. The atmosphere of wariness became potent.
Yeah.
Kyle started to pull chunks out of his stomach very quickly. He threw them into a pile on the ground.
Stand
As the
ruined.
crowd watched, terrified, Kyle began sticking the pieces of the stand together with his stomach juices.
Yeah.
Soon, Kyle had recreated his hot dog stand. But Kyle realized that his stand was only step one. With an audience around him, he must start selling his hot dogs. Kyle skipped behind his new stand, took out several old hot dogs from his pack, and laid them on the table. Nobody moved. The hot dogs began spinning violently on the table and spitting flame.
As they do.
Kyle's stomach juices had acted as a catalyst to a festering chemical reaction inside of the food, making them unstable.
It makes sense.
One by one, the hot dogs started to balloon, doubling and tripling in size every second.
Which one is it, doubling or tripling?
Boy.
Kyle tried to contain the hot dogs by smashing them with his fists. On contact, the hot dogs exploded with massive force, throwing the crowd backwards across the road.
Many died that day.
Dripping with hot dog pulp, Kyle made a realization about himself.
What?
For him, it wasn't about the hot dogs. It wasn't about the customers. It was about the adventure. Kyle left the ruins of his hot dog stand with a new purpose. He would follow the heart of adventure and not look back.
So
The
right.
next day, Kyle embarked on a journey to the jungle to find a healthy amount of adventure.
He died of malaria.
By the time he arrived, Kyle forgot why he had come. After a moment of milling, he decided to buy a return ticket home.
Oh.
Kyle adventured. Is that the end of day?
Yeah, one more.
After
Probably.
With a little trouble, Kyle was able to finish
continue.
constructing it. Kyle then started to place the hot dogs he had brought into the cart. They were cold, but Kyle had never cooked his hot dogs as a child and didn't want to start now. His prep finished, Kyle looked around and smiled, waiting for his first customer. After a few minutes of waiting, one customer came to Kyle's stand. After a brief exchange of pleasantries, the customer bought 2 hot dogs and left, pleased. About 30 minutes later, 2 girls came over to the stand and bought 1 hot dog each.
Sounds
Over
like
the
a
next
math
few hours,
question.
Kyle received a healthy handful of customers, each left with a hot dog and a smile.
Yay.
As evening fell, Kyle found himself to be just about sold out of hot dogs. Tired but
did it.
pleased, Kyle closed his stand for the day and wheeled it home. Kyle had made a modest but livable amount of money at his hot dog stand that day. It would be hard, but if he kept his focus, he could make it work.
Yeah.
Millions of fans were confused as to why Kyle hadn't shown up for his show that evening,
Yeah.
but the few that had bought a hot dog from him understood. They knew that Kyle made a decent hot dog salesman.
Kyle was a salesman. Alright.
Yay.
I have to go
Now,
for an hour.
main menu. Endings. You missed most of them, sis.
There's a lot for forgot. There's 2 others for you forgot the stand.
Around town hot
We got the
dogs and
key though.
We did. Alright.
We got this key too. Oh, I think it's the same key. Alright, I gotta go.